author Charaka said Ayurveda has the potential to extend life expectancy. It not only deals with the treatment of diseases, but also steps to prevent them. The origin of Ayurveda finds several mentions in the Puranas. Buddhist scholar Vagbhata Acharya is said to have brought Ayurveda to Kerala. His works, Ashtanga Hridayam and Ashtanga Samhita, are the basis of Ayurveda treatment. The disciples of Vagbhata learned in a Gurukula system from the scholars' Ashtanga Hridayam treatise and became pioneers of Ayurveda in Kerala. Over time, 8 families came to call themselves Ashtavaidyas.
ഈ അഷ്ടവൈദ്യന്മാരെന്ന് പറയാൻ പ്രധാന കാരണം അതായത് 8 തരത്തിലുള്ള ചികിത്സാ സമ്പ്രദായമാണ് ആയുർവേദത്തിലുള്ളത്. കായ, ബാല, ഗ്രഹ, ഊർജാംഗ, ശല്യ, ദംഷ്ട്ര, ജരാവൃഷ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ട് 8 തരത്തിലുള്ള ചികിത്സയാണ്. ഈ 8 തരം ചികിത്സകളെയും ഒന്നിച്ച് കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്തിരുന്നവരാണ് അഷ്ടവൈദ്യന്മാർ.
The first of these is Kaya Chikitsa, which is the treatment of the body and its internal fire. It was used to treat fever, bile, diarrhea and even fatal diseases. Bala Chikitsa is about pediatric care as well as specific diseases that affect children. Graha Chikitsa involves the use of psychological or hereditary magic. Urdhvanga Chikitsa is a treatment for the organs above the neck. Shalya Chikitsa was the surgery division of Kerala Ayurveda. Damstra Chikitsa, or toxicology, deals with the treatment of poison ranging from snake bite to rabies. Rasayana Chikitsa, or Jara Chikitsa, promotes the longevity and health of people. Vrisha Chikitsa, or Vajikarna Chikitsa, is for improving the fertility and reproductive system. Ayurveda has become a popular field of medicine. Southern traditions such as Kalari, Marma, Siddha and Nadi treatments were formed. During the month of Karkadaga, Panchakarma treatment and massage spread the fame of Kerala Ayurveda beyond the sea. The diversity and availability of medicinal plants have made Kerala's treatment style better and healthier for the world. Ayurveda prolongs life and makes life healthier. Spreading through the roots of tradition and healing the world, Ayurveda not only enriches the goodness of this land, but also fills the world with goodness. Today, Ayurveda and Kerala are synonymous for the world.
Thank you very much for the video. We would like to welcome everyone to today's event, Rejuvenate Naturally, Rasayana in Ayurveda. Next, may I invite His Excellency Mr. C.B. George, Ambassador of India to Japan, to give the opening remarks. 皆様、本日のセミナーにご参加いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。これより駐日インド大使 C.B. ジョージ閣下より開会挨拶をおいただきます。
Good morning, everybody.
皆さんおはようございます。
I was very happy to see the beautiful video which was shown to us.
先ほどの美しい動画を見ることができて大変嬉しく思っております。
I'm sure that most of you here have seen Kerala in video only. But having born and brought up in Kerala and spent at least half of my life in Kerala, I can vouch for everything that you have seen there.
先ほどケララの映像が映っていたんですけれど、私の故郷です。生まれ育って人生の半分はそちらで過ごしたんですけれども、映像で映っている通りとても美しい場所でございます。
Dr. Haruo Sugiura, professor of Aichi Gakuin University, who is our keynote speaker today, Dr. Anupam Srivastava of Rasa Shastra and Paishaja Kalpana National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, Dr. Neena Sharma from the Ayurveda research and development leader and entrepreneur, Mr. Mahendra Prasad, National Institute of Ayurveda, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am glad to speak you today about a profound tradition that has shaped the way we live in India, view health, life and longevity, the ancient science of Ayurveda and particularly the powerful branch of Rasayana.
本日のキーノートスピーカーである愛知学院大学教授杉浦春樹博士、そしてラサ・シャストラとパイシャルジャ・カルパナ・シャイプール国立アユルヴェダ研究所のアヌパム・スリベスタッタバ博士、オエナ・シャルマ博士、マヘンドラ・プラサド博士、そしてご来賓の皆様、本日はインドにおいて健康、生命、長寿に対する私たちの見解を形作ってきた伝統についてお話しすることができることを大変光栄に思います。この伝統というのは古代の科学であるアーユルヴェーダであり、特にその強力な治療であるラサヤナです。
I'm very happy to see that we have people sitting even on the upstairs.
上にも並んでいる方がいて大変光栄です。
You know, when I look back at my 2.5 years in Japan, I'm very happy to note that we were able to focus a lot on Ayurveda and yoga.
この駐日大使として務めた2年半を振り返ってみると、多くのイベントでこちらのアーユルヴェーダに注力することができてとても嬉しく感じております。
It is as important as our political relationship and our business relationship.
政治やビジネスと同じぐらいこちらは大切な分野だと思っております。
And sometimes I feel that it is even more important because it also represents the civilizational connect, the cultural linkages that exist between India and Japan.
こちらは、もしかすると、ビジネスや政治を超える大切さがあると言っても過言ではないでしょう。なぜかというと、こちらの日本とインドの伝統をつなげる力があるからです。
If you look at Japan, meditation is part and parcel of the life of a Japanese.
日本の人々にとっては瞑想というのはとても重要な分野であります。
Same is the case in India.
そして同じくインドでもとても重要な分野の一つです。
When I was looking at the yoga event on the International Day of Yoga event which we did in the last 3 years, I was so happy to see the growing enthusiasm for yoga.
毎年6月で国際ヨガデーのイベントを大使館で行っておりますが、毎年年々こちらのですね勢力というのが上がっていってすごく嬉しくあります。
When I say that at present my estimate is that 8% of Japanese practice yoga regularly and I want to make it 80%, I literally feel that it is something which is doable.
実際ヨガをされている日本の方は人口の 8% と言われておりますが、個人的にはこちらを 80% に伸ばしていきたいと感じております。
And I see some of you who have contributed immensely in building our yoga, our Ayurveda connect.
で今こちらですね、講堂に座っている方々の多くの人々がこちらのヨガを広めるものだったりアーユルヴェーダを広めるものに大きく貢献していたと思います。
So I see a great future for Ayurveda and yoga related connect between India and Japan in coming years.
なのでこれからさらにアーユルヴェーダを通して日本とインドというのがさらにつながっていくことを私は祈っております。
We have so many scholars who are now expressed their willingness to speak about Rasayana, so I would not like to talk about it.
で多くの学者の方々が本日いらしてラサヤナについてお話しいただきますので、これから私も話していきたいと思います。
Instead, I would like to share an experience of Ayurveda that I had, which I might have shared with you earlier, but I would like to share it again because it made so much of an impact in my the way I look at Ayurveda.
ただしどちらかというとこちらのラサヤナは博士の方々にお任せして個人的に私が実際経験したアーユルヴェーダについて少し話していきたいと思います。もしかすると以前聞いたことがある話かもしれません。
I was sitting with the chief of army staff of a country, the chief of the army staff of a country.
ある国のリーダーと私は見解していました。
He told me, Ambassador, I am your ambassador for Ayurveda.
で彼は軍事のリーダーであったんですけれども、私に言いました。私はアーユルヴェーダのリーダーの一人です。
I was very happy to hear that, so I asked him what happened. He said that when he was a child, he had an injury on his leg, a major injury. Actually, it was a bullet shot. And he was taken to a Western country where he was given the best treatment. Surgery was very successful, but he knew that that was the end of his military career.
で彼は言いました。アーユルヴェーダについて人生が変わったということでとても嬉しく感じましたが、よくよく聞いてみますと、本人は幼少期の時足に大怪我をしてしまいました。実際足を銃で撃たれてしまったということだったんですけれども、実際欧米の高級の医療の治療を受け手術までしました。でこちらでしっかり治療はできたんですけれども、今後また軍隊に戻るということは無理だという認識でした。
He struggled with the pain on his leg for several years, and he knew that there is no way he can climb the hierarchy, the ladder in his career to become an army chief.
でこちらの軍隊というのはとても厳しいですね、基準があるので、数年間も続く足に痛みというのがある場合はなかなか上位には上がっていくことが難しいと感じておりました。
Then came the divine intervention. He came to know about Ayurveda, and someone advised him, why don't you go to India and try Ayurveda for a treatment?
ただし奇跡が起こりました。知り合いにインドに行ってアーユルヴェーダの治療を受けてみたらどうかということです。
He took it as his last hope, went to India and started the Ayurveda treatment. The physical massage, the kiji we call it, a lot of treatment. He said it was very painful to start with, but after 2 weeks, he found that it had a huge impact.
でこちらも最後の手段としてインドに行ってマッサージ、キリというマッサージを受けて非常に痛かったということでしたが、2週間後には大きな改善が見えてきたということでした。
So he told me, if I am the army chief today, I owe it to Ayurveda, I owe it to India.
で実際軍事の将軍になれたことによってこれはもうインドのおかげ、アーユルヴェーダのおかげということでした。
I am sure that millions will have similar stories to say how when everything else was found closed, Ayurveda opened a new chapter in their life.
で同じような経験をしている方は多くいらっしゃると思います。いろんな治療を試してみてアーユルヴェーダをやっとたどり着くことによって大きく人生が変わった、改善が見えてきた。
So let me conclude by saying this. For this embassy and for us all, Ayurveda is a very important factor in our engagement with Japan.
なのでインド大使として皆さんにお伝えしたいことで、インドの代表として皆さんにお伝えしたいこととしては、このアーユルヴェーダというのは日本とインドをつなげるとても重要な項目の一つということです。
As yoga continues to build our relationship, Ayurveda will also grow with yoga and build our partnership between India and Japan.
ヨガも大きくこちらの私たちの関係性に貢献してきておりますが、それに加えてアーユルヴェーダも通して私たちの異国間の交流というのを深めていきたいと感じております。
I wish you a very successful and fruitful discussions today. Thank you.
ではこれからのイベントをお楽しみください。ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much, sir, for your remarks. Next, we'd like to invite Dr. Anupam Srivastava, Medical Superintendent, Head of Department of Rasa Shastra, Vaishajya Kalpana, and National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, to deliver a virtual presentation. 続きまして、国立アユヴェダ研究所ジャイプラサシャスタとバイシャジャカパの部長アヌパム・シルバスタマ博士よりオンラインでプレゼン発表をいただきます。
Outset, I'm audible? Yeah, thank you. At the outset, I would like to thank and congratulate to both of the country, India and Japan, and especially to His Excellency C.B. George Sir, to taking this initiative, bringing Ayurveda on a platform for the discussion, for the sharing of the knowledge. I'm also thankful to the Embassy of India in Japan, especially Dr. Pawar, Yashwanji, and all the other officials who have made this event to happen. To start with, I am also thankful George Sir, rightly highlighting the importance of the yoga and Ayurveda, which is traveling across the border of our own country, India, where around this system evolved, Indian subcontinent, from there it traveled. So he has rightly shared experience. There are many success stories which could be shared, which could be informed for the August gathering for the purpose of dissemination of the goodness of our Ayurveda, goodness of the yoga, not only to the preventive, promotive, but also the curative effects. Coming on the topic, Rejuvenate naturally, Rasayana in Ayurveda, we see, if we see the context setting, that in spite of the advancement of the medical system in this current genome era, with the innovation of a sophisticated tool, deeper and a thorough understanding of the physiology and the human structure, yet the significant and optimum control on the disease and emerging health problems, health issues are still cropping. And these disorders are either metabolic in nature, infectious in nature, or sometimes genetic in nature. Being the part of healthcare delivery system, it is right time to reanalyze, to rethink, to re-evaluate the health care delivery system so that the optimum solutions could be obtained by other interventions, other Indian system of the medicine or the traditional system of medicine prevailing in across the country, in across the outside of the India. And this could be again the relook and reanalyze the philosophy of the preventive and the promotive medicine, whereupon the Indian system of the medicine, especially Ayurveda, has something to offer. In the same background, if you see, the Indian scholars, Indian sages, Indian philosophers, years before, were trying to understand the universe as well as the persona also, about the physiology, about the function, about the understanding, based on a macrosome theory, which talks about the man is the miniature of the universe, in the search, in the quest of that knowledge of the self as well as the universe, and as well as the creator of this knowledge, the world. They thought that all sciences converge the essence of the all sciences is the salvation or the moksha. This was the concept behind, and they tried to work upon these lines. For that, they tried to establish, they tried to maintain the longevity, they tried to maintain the youth, they tried to maintain the life as much as possible, so that the search, the quest of the knowledge is done in a proper way. That was a way to get the moksha, and this way they tried to explore. They tried to explore all around the things which are available. They tried to explore the knowledge. They tried to explore as much as possible the ways, the methods which could prevent, which could promote, and which could regenerate also the physic, the body, which could be used for the attaining the highest knowledge, that was the salvation. The science has also found it. Yes, the aging begins before the birth, and it continues throughout the life at a different rate, and a different races, and a different individual, and a different tissue level. In this background, how to utilize the best of the body, the best of your vigor, the best of your knowledge, how to utilize this entire for your journey. These attempts were made, and these were the very focused attempt made by the scholars of Ayurveda, by the sages of the Ayurveda, by the learners of the Ayurveda, in a forms of a Rasayana. If you see, the greater importance was given to the Rasayana. It was found to be such important concept that entire one of the system, one of the part of Ayurveda, which is Ayurveda is 8 branches. It is said as per the Ayurveda, 8 Ashtanga Ayurveda. So it is one of the part of the Ayurveda. Rasayana is a therapy. Rasayana is a system which incorporates various therapies, which incorporate various drugs. So they have given so much emphasis on this concept and to how to rejuvenate the body. If I want to go in a terms what the Rasayana means, Rasayana basically, if you want to understand, the closest understanding is an essence. Say every system has its own philosophy, every system has its own science to define. Similarly, the Ayurveda also talks about the Prakriti, Sar, Sanghanan, Dhatu. There are some concepts. Among there is a Dhatu is a concept, where is the essence, the biological fluid or the tissue, which metamorphizes in a different dhatus. So the rasa, the essence, is the first one. This is the first one of our body tissue, which is further being transformed up to the ojas or the shukra, that is the highest of the dhatu. So this essence, the channel which regulate the pathway of this vital essence travels down, is a word of details of the Rasayana, which does the improvement of the nourishment. It also takes the regeneration and promotes the overall hemostasis of the body, which includes a lot of procedures, which includes the medicinal approach, with not only limited to the medicinal approach, but also non-medicinal approach also. The vast descriptions are available. In this paucity of time, I would like to cover as much as possible. If we see, similarly, if you regeneration therapy or Rasayana therapy, if you need to understand that one, if you see the traditional concept or what Indian system of the medicine or Ayurveda says, the specialized use of the certain herbs, certain herb mineral formulation, even including food articles, your diets, and the lifestyle practices, which basically what they does, that maintains the body. That is what the bodily tissue, what we call the dhatu, which was the first was a rasa dhatu, rakta dhatu. There are the 7 dhatus are there. So what they do, the concept is the target is to maintain the homeostasis of the system of the human body, so that the complete body is ready for the further intellectual and high performance actions, and also for the better longevity. At the same time, if you see the modern relevance of the modern, so for contemporary understanding, what we could say, it addresses the current lifestyle challenges, emerging threats, combats oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is a very common term nowadays being used and being explored a lot about what oxidative stress. We all understand the oxidative stress is one of the cause of the disease, and this occurs due to imbalance between the production and the metabolism of the free radical. The free radical basically is a culprit which arises as a byproduct of the metabolism in the body. So when the free radical arises, this in due terms, it creates the oxidative stress, and this oxidative stress causes the disease condition in the body. So the Rasayana also combats the oxidative stress. Environmental toxin also, in terms, it maintains the immunity against the disease condition. Very recently, we have seen the one of the highest calamity of this century, one of the highest problem of this century we have come across, that was in the form of the COVID-19. It was a one of the biggest jolt in the healthcare delivery system of the entire world, not only limited to India. But at the same time, our experience, Indian experience, and up to the certain countries also, we found it there were some, it is moving very quickly, there were some interventions, plant-based interventions, which were effective in the maintenance. That's why the world have witnessed the lesser problems, lesser deaths in our own country, because the lifestyle itself of the Indian people who follow these traditional system, Indian system of medicine, were quite acquainted. Their immunity level were quite high, and the science also provided. The science has also shared the role of the immunity in the management of these epidemics and endemics. Similarly, if you see the very quickly, actually I'm going backslide. If we very quickly brief the Rasayana or rejuvenation therapy, based on the three things, based on a benefit, based on a method of the use, and a base of the material use. Benefit use, the calm Rasayan. There is a different categories of the Rasayan which talks about calm, which enhances calm, means what you desire, the normal health. There are certain drugs, there are certain plants, there are certain preparations which maintains your normal health. Another side, if you say Namatic Rasayan, another classification which talks about the disease-based control, a certain set of the formulation, certain sense of the advocacy. If you follow, your disease condition will be reduced or will be solved. Similarly, based on the use of these method, how the Rasayana could be used, this could be, there are two different regimen of the use, indoor management and outdoor management of the Rasayana. My next speaker from India, from my own institute, would be delivering in detail how to use this Rasayana, how it could be outdoor management, how it could be shaken, how it could be indoor management, which person should to go for indoor management of the Rasayana, special way of taking, and also the Achar Rasayana, how to good conduct. Ayurveda also focus not only to these physical aspect, but to mental aspect also, at the brain level, higher conscious level also. Achar Rasayana is also there, and based again on the material used for this Rasayana therapy. I said we use plant based, we use the metal mineral based, we use some oceanogenic origin also, where on the drug based therapy, the Ausad Rasayana, where the drugs are being used, and another Ajasravik is a diet based Rasayana approach. If you are taking a proper diet, you will be free from the diseases. It has also been said in classics of the if you are taking the right diet, there's no need of the medicine, and diet has been said as one of the biggest medicine. Let the food die medicine. As they are all Western science has also proved. So Rasayana has the different categories based on different. If you see in nutshell, the therapy talks about the Rasayana therapy not only limited to the healthy state, it also promotes the longevity, youth, your physical strength, enhances the skin, enhances the memory. It also the strong senses are improved. There are some good things of the Rasayana which could be seen. If I see who could be the takers of the Rasayana therapy, in nutshell, what should be he should be diseased person who is somebody suffering from the disease at that time. If you educate the normal, not of the disease form, but normal, if Rasayana you are educating, it will be not good, it will be less productive. So one should be disease free. Intellectually he should be sound, his mind condition will be so, he should be self-disciplined, he should be emotionally stable, and he should be calm and ethically responsible. Say how good he should be. The sages, the scholars of Ayurveda has talked long before. Similarly, they have also advocated who should not use the Rasayana therapy. Lack of the self-control, person who lacks the self-control, who is a lazy, who is addicted, who is addictive of this thing, beverage and all that, and who does not have trust in the medicine. He should not be, this has been not advocated. Okay. The simply, if you see very quickly, what should be therapeutic window for the Rasayana, it should be given primarily to the development, basically on the two stages, primarily 16 to 30 years age, when it is a physical and mental development is going on, and also the mid-life maintenance phase or the transitional phase of the maturity, 30 to 60. This is the ideal age where the Rasayana therapy is heavily beneficial, which is replacing the dhatu, body tissue, delaying the degeneration, and keeping your physical condition better. If you see, if contemporary understanding, if I talk about scientific equivalence, what it does, it is helpful in cell proliferation, genoprotective, anabolic adaptive. These words which I am coining here, these all have the scientific background. In an upcoming slide, very quickly I will like to share, and the slide is available. You can turn nootropic also, smart drugs which can be this offers. It works as a macronutrient, and many more things Rasayana could offer to you. Similarly, anti-steroid, it is also antioxidant, tissue protective, immunocompetent. These are the various action which could observe from the Rasayana therapy. Scope of the Rasayana, it could be preventive healthcare, promotion of the vitality, geriatric, sports, cosmetic, what else? If you see as a supportive therapy also, and mental health support also as a immunomodulation. What is the important concept of also immunomodulation? It promotes the immunity, both type of the immunity. The mechanism, if you see very quickly, I have tried to call out the mechanism of the Rasayana. It works as a free radical scavenging. It inhibits the lipid peroxidation. Not only limited to this, it also immune modulation or anti-inflammatory effect. Rasayana. Various examples are coming on your slide, on your screen, very positive of time, very quickly moving. Brahma Rasayana, the studies have shown that it increases the lymphocytes and GM, CSF colonies, they increase the colony. Triphala, balance, they stimulates the neutrophilic activity under the stress and immunization. Similarly, the Brahma Rasayana, one of the Brahma Rasayana which is quite mostly used, it also works. It could be compared to indomethacin, one of the anti-inflammatory drug of the contemporary system of the science. So this way, we see the Rasayana reduces the inflammation, edema. Various studies on this has been done based on the scientific parameters. Antioxidant activity enhancing, SOD boosts the enzyme. SOD works on this. SOD is increased and decreases the MDA level, that's a malonaldehyde level. This is found in the study. Anti-mutagenic activity, this also had been shown by the Rasayana. Pardon? Okay. So if in a such science, the clinical research evidence and researches are there, and if we see in a nutshell, if I see what Rasayana does, it take cares of many things, right from the cancer. This slide is quite important. I am concluding it. Ayurveda has very clear demarcation, age-wise natural decay, and which Rasayana could be used. This is a slide you can go through when you have a time. I am not going in details. Age-wise, which Rasayana should be used, disease-wise, what should be used. This is the Vithania, this is a wonder drug. It takes very care. The scientific mind always query about the various action of this Vithania. drug, which is widely used as a Rasayana in Indian system of medicine and also in the contemporary science. In conclude, if I see the Western science or the Western medicine talks about, studies about the nutrition. Yes, Ayurveda system studies the metabolism. If we can join together, put them together based on their understanding, based on the relevance, based on the merit, we get the Rasayana, which is a need of our, which could take care right from your longevity, right from your immunity modulation, right from the maintenance of good health, so that the best of you can achieve the best of your target. Thank you. Thanks again. I am sorry I could not deliver what I wanted to deliver because of paucity of science, paucity of time. Once again, I am thankful to His Excellency C.V. George sir and the Embassy of India at Japan for giving me an opportunity to share my views. If in future I will be more than happy if that again opportunity is given with some more time and with more this thing. In advance, I have informed. With one line I will like to say for Ayurveda, Robert Frost had said, "Woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have yet promises to keep." We all understand the meaning. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, yet I have promises to keep, and miles to go ahead before I sleep. The same thing happens with Ayurveda. We have go miles ahead before we come to a conclusion, before we be a conclusive. And this is a very important, this is the need of the time. I am thankful Embassy of India, Japan, and Japan government and Indian government are looking towards for the promotion of Ayurveda and yoga. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your precious English. Arigato, Jojimasu. Thank you. Thanks you once again. Over to you.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. Next, we'd like to invite Dr. Haruo Sugiura, Professor of Aichi Gakuin University, to deliver a presentation, and we kindly request the speakers to maintain the time allotted to them. 続きまして、愛知医学院大学教授杉浦春夫博士よりプレゼン発表をいただきます。登壇者の皆様を時間厳守お願いいたします。
今ご紹介で預かりました私愛知学院大学の健康科学部というところから勤務しております杉浦です。よろしくお願いいたします。私の方は、これも回してもいいですね。基礎的な実験というところからの成績を今日はちょっと発表させていただきたいと思いますのでよろしくお願いいたします。マハリシャムカラシっていうアユルベーダ薬物の一種なんですが今日はこの今現在またそれをさらに強力な開発されたものがあるんですけど前のところの、略して、M4 と M5 ということで発表させていただきたいと思いますので、特にここでは、我々の生体防御の中でもすごく重要ないわゆる鈍色細胞、マクロファージを中心としてそのに及ぼす影響というところでまずマクロファージの異物を取り込む力、そして取り込んだ後にその異物をどうやって消化していくのかっていうところのこの2点に焦点を当ててやっておりますのでよろしくお願いいたします。はい、じゃあどんどんいきたいと思います。はい、じゃあ、まず、動物実験なんですが、弱齢マウスの及ぼす影響ということで、M4 と M5 のマウスと毛内系の、この鈍色脳ということで、成績を発表させていただきます。まず、研究目的です。マハリシタムカラシュ、4および、5は、古代インドを源とする、伝統医学であると。でアイルベーダやのサナヤの中で最も著名な生薬である。この MK4、5の効果について収集報告されていますが、本研究では弱齢マウスを用いた、初期免疫応答に重要な役割を演じるマクロファージ機能に及ぼす影響について検討することを目的としました。実験材料と呼ぶ方法になります。まず、動物は、ICR 系の、雑種なんですが、3種類の離乳直後のマウスを60匹 を使用しました。これを3群に分けて、まず、全く、4、5を飲まない群と、それから4を飲む群と5を投与する群ということで、それぞれ20匹ずつの60匹ということです。で、ここの、1日1回、週5日、投与したんですが、この 50mg パー、キログラム、1キログラムあたりの 50mg を投与するということは、アメリカの方の、当時、オハイオ州立大学の、主任教授でシャルマン教授がいわゆる人の投与量からのこの換算ということで、彼らは 1200mg ということで、その中の、動物に換算したというものの2倍量として、これは用いました。で、実験期間は、8週間、行いました。で、測定項目としましては、まず、体重、それから、動物の食事摂取量、そして、インビボ系、いわゆる生体内での、どういうことになっているのかということで、毛内系の暖色活性、これはまた後から紹介しますが、カーボンクリアランス法というもので行っています。で、そして、主に毛内系の特に重要な臓器である肝臓のマクロファージ、そして脾臓のマクロファージに取り込まれたそのカーボン量で、ビトロ系の方の実験ではその取り込まれた異物がどのようにこう消化されていく中でのその酵素活性がすごく大切になってきますので、腹腔マクロファージの酵素活性、酸性ホフタターゼ活性とベータグルコミナーゼ活性、そして細胞質酵素であります乳酸脱水素酵素のこの3つについて検討しました。でまず結果です。体重と食事摂取量ですね。こちらはコントロール群 M4、M5 で4種類から12種類までので、スタートがこれだけですね。で、一応12週で、週 5回の8週の投与において、まず体重においてはほとんど変わりません。そして食事摂取量においても、ほぼ同じで、それぞれ各群において有意差は認められませんということなんですね。そうしますと、この結果からこの本実験で用いた M4、M5 については、この体重といわゆる、食事摂取量から見た場合だけになりますが、いわゆるこの摂取によって健康に対してこうマイナスになる面は一切ないということがここから考えられます。で次に、カーボンクリアランス法での検討で毛内系の代表的な機能としましてはこういうのがあります。まず感染防御という作用と、そして異物の鈍色作用、そして異物の排除作用というものがあります。でここの中でも特に今回はここですね、異物の鈍色作用に注目して、この実験をやってみました。はい、まずこんな感じですね。プロトコールになりますが、動物は 10g あたりの 0.1ml の、これは本来ならいろんな細菌なんかを直接打ち込んで、それをどうやってこう体の中でクリアしていくのかっていうのをやればいいんですが、やはり共同的な実験施設ですと、そういう細菌を使ってやるっていう、もう特にこの時代ですと、ちょっとそれは難しいということで、その異物として何を使ったかと言いますと、この皆さん使われている万年筆のインクですね、インクの中にはすごくカーボンが入ってますので、そのカーボンが体の中に入ったときに、それを異物として捉えて、どうマクロファージが捉えるのかっていうところをやってました。そして、ごめんなさい。打ち込んで5分後、10分後、15分後、で最終的に臓器取り出すときは60分後になりますが、でマウスの静脈から血液を取って、そして炭酸水素ナトリウムを、溶かした後に吸高度を測って、その濃淡によってどのぐらいのクリアランスが行われているのか。そうですね。クリアランスが多ければ多いほど、異物を取り込んでいるということですから、5分より10分、10分、15分の方がだんだん色が薄くなっていくわけなんですよね。で、取り込まれてないと、その色があんまり変わらないというところから判断されています。そして、暖色指数というのは、この経値ですが、指数で表しています。こういうね、特に補正、ここが大切だと思うんですが、やはり当然、臓器の大きさっていうものの関係がありますので、それは当然大きいほど取り込むのが多いと思うんですけど、それを補正したものとしてこれで表しています。で、その結果です。はい、まず上が、鈍色指数になりますが、対象群に比べて、M4、M5 というのは高い鈍色、 指数を表しまして、それぞれに有意差が認められました。そしてこれは補正値ですね。臓器重量から補正したものが、の値になりますが、これもコントロールに比べて M4、M5 の摂取値がかなり高い値を示し、それぞれ有意差が認められています。で、次に、じゃあ肝臓および脾臓に取り込まれたカーボンの量ですね。基本的には異物っていうものは体の中に入ってきます。そうすると大体、ほぼ肝臓のマクロファージに大体取り込まれると言われてるんですね。そこの中でクッパ細胞になりますが、でそして肝臓でほとんど取り込まれますと、今度その次に取り込まれなかった部分が取りこぼしてしまった部分は今度脾臓の方に入っていくわけですね。脾臓がダメだった場合には今度多分肺とかそっちの方になってくるんですが、この結果ですと、まず肝臓ですね、コントロールに比べて4、5というものが、高い取り込みをしているというのは分かります。それぞれ有意差が認められました。でそれに対して脾臓に対しましてはそれぞれ、同様な値を示して、有意差が認められないということは、今回はやはりほぼ肝臓でほぼ取り込んでしまって、脾臓でやる役割がないんじゃないのかということですね。だからここで取りこぼすことがなく、ほぼ肝臓のマクロファージの増強によって、そのカーボン量をどんどん取り込んでしまうということの結果だと思いますからね。で次に、じゃあマクロファージは異物を取り込みます。そしてそれを取り込んだだけではダメなんですけど、今度その取り込んだものを今度消化してそれを排除しなくちゃいけないですね。その時に活躍するのがやっぱり酵素活性になってくるわけなんですね。で、このデータですが、まず酸性ホスファターゼとベータグルクロンダーゼ活性ですね。この代表的な酵素活性になりますが、まず APH に関しましてはコントロール群と比較して MK4 のみに高い値を示して有意差が認められました。で MK5 に対しては同様な値を示して作用が認められませんでした。で一方、ベータグルクロン活性に関しましては4、5を投与したとともにコントロールより高い値を示して有意差が認められました。じゃあここのところの差がなかったということはどういうことなのかということが、これはちょっとスペキュレーションになります。ちょっと裏付け実験をやっておりませんので、それぞれの酵素活性っていうのはいろんな経路の違いによってやっぱり合成されているとそれが当たり前の話なんですが、そうしますと多分この M4、5っていうのは投与のいわゆる感受性の違いではないのか、いわゆる、それぞれの酵素に与える感受性の違いによってやっぱりこの4の方、これですね、APH の方の方が、M5 の感受性より4の方が感受性が高かったんではないのかなっていうところですね。これは推察でしかありませんので、でその次に細胞性ですね。細胞性の方の細胞質酵素ですね。細胞質酵素になります乳酸炭水素酵素活性の LDH 活性に及ぼす影響なんですが、これは、M4 と M5 両方が高い値を示して、コントロール群と比較して高い値を示して有意差が認められました。で、まとめになります。まず、本研究の NAK の4、M5 の8週間の投与において、マウス毛内系の鈍色の肝臓のカーボン取り込み量の増加、腹腔マクロファージのライソゾーム酵素活性および細胞質酵素活性の上昇という知見が得られました。で、結論になります。以上のことから、NAK4 と NAK5 の摂取というのは、宿主、防御システムにおいて、重要な役割を演じる、マクロファージ機能が増強し、生体防御機能の促進に有用であることが示唆されました。でさらにこの NAK4 および5は血液中の異物、死滅した細胞および病原体など鈍色し、解毒や免疫応答に重要な役割を果たし、免疫の強化につながり、健康増進や予防医学の一助になると考えられました。で 今回こちらの方に注目して行ったっていうことは、いわゆるこのちょうど我々が行ってた時代の時にシャルマン教授らは、人を対象として、いわゆる高腫瘍作用というところをものすごく注目して実験されてたんですね。人を対象、もしくは動物の対象ということです。多分彼らはそこの中でその高腫瘍作用を示す中で、いわゆる抗酸化酵素の辺に高まりがあるんじゃないのかということですね。それのところのを注目してやられたと思うんですけど、我々はじゃあそういうところから、じゃあどこをいわゆる高腫瘍作用を起こすところの一つのメカニズムとして、直接こういうラサ薬物が直接的な関わりもあるかも分かりませんけど、それを手助けをしている、いわゆる生体の防御機能を高めるというところからの高腫瘍作用があるんじゃないかというところの推論から、我々はまず最初の生体防御機能というところの初期免疫という意味でのマクロファージを注目して行ったということで、こういう結果が得ることができました。ちょっと簡単ではございますが、ご清聴どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for your presentation, sir. Next, we'd like to invite Dr. Mahendra Prasad, Associate Professor, National Institute of Ayurveda, Jaipur, to deliver a virtual presentation. And we kindly request the speakers to maintain the 10-minute allotted time to them. 続きまして、国立アーユヴェダ研究所ジャイプル准教授マヘンドラ・プラサード博士よりオンラインでプレゼン発表をいただきます。
Okay, ma'am. Good morning to all. Thank you to Government of Japan and the Government of India taking this initiative to regenerate naturally Rasayana in Ayurveda. This is the one peculiar concept of Ayurveda, that is Rasayana, as the earlier speaker has mentioned, that Rasayana is the one part among the 8 components of Ayurveda. This Rasayana is basically maintaining the 7 dhatu of the different person. That initially every science has its own component and the own principle. Therapeutic, curative, preventive aspect and the different way. This science is very fast growing and still some part remain untouched for that. A hope of raising the enlightened in Ayurveda, that is the principal information has the mention, but still in the Ayurveda is still to have been validated. But some validation have been done till now and the will be delivered for that. Principle has mentioned in the entire life among the person are going to the intra-embryonic life, generation of life, delivery of life, and after delivery the person residing in the environment are going to be the planned way in Ayurveda. Thus, Rasayana means the best path of transport of nutrients. What diet maintenance, diet component we are taking are due to be the digested and transported into the one part to the another. And this diet component decide the nature of different dhatu that is mentioned as the ras, rakt, mans, med, asti, majja and sukra. What this 7 dhatu is? Ras, this is the Ayurvedic terminology. In the contemporary science, we can be understand that the ras is the plasma component and the rakt, that is the blood component, mans is the muscular component and the meda is the adipose tissue and the asti and the bony component, majja is the bone marrow component and the sukra is the region, this reproductive part. This Rasayana enhances the Vyadhi Chamatva, the disease resistance immunity properties as the different dietary component you are taking the appropriately. Many people are taking the dietary component, still they have the less component of this Vyadhi Chamatva and the disease resistance immunity power. And the same environment are the living in the two people, and their Vyadhi Chamatva are not is the equivalent, they are going to be the affected with the disease. And this Rasayan component are highly useful to inhibit the pathogenesis of disease and the boost body strength and to survive and the disease free component. Along with that, this also modulate the brain function. The Rasayana are going to be the indicate, it is not going to be the taking the many people. But some person can be taken, some cannot. Even though they are not obeying the rules regulation of code and conduct of this society and the human being, they cannot be to be taken. Likewise is the example that is the Ballatak Rasayan could not be taken as in a person which have the Pitta Prakriti are going to be the engaged in the such things which are not beneficial for that. And this Rasayana can be indicated if the person before onset of the old age, it might be can be used when the old is that geriatric component we use to resist inhibit the old age condition. And the best at the middle age, and the body should be the biopurified. Before than that, it is not going to be the take the Rasayana as the every person. It must be the certain limitation, certain rule and regulation. The person should be the bio-verified, and the selective Rasayan should be used. In the supervision of the person, the physician, the Rasayana should be administered. This is the highest physical and the mental activity by the using this Rasayana, it can be attained. In spite of that, there are the certain pharmacological, means pharmacological and the non-pharmacological. One is the Achar Rasayana which can be used. It is providing the very drastically and the beyond the thinking result in a person. So this is the need of Rasayana. Why a person are going to be the use this Rasayana? This every person are going to be the, since the born are going to be the decaying in the cell, apoptosis, autophagy, and by certain dietary component going to be the decay in body. This is the, it might be as the physical, the metabolic like the autoimmune disorder, a person not taking in the aware that what should be the taking in the diet component and what should not. This is the impact the provided the metabolic disturbances. And the psychological impairment, a person not going to be the obey the rule regulation of this the Rasayana are affected in the adverse reaction of the psychological impairment. And the certain cell stress, by the mental stress, cell stress, the cell have the specify its metabolic activity the optimum level, and the certain toxin we are taking in the dietary component we are not aware for that are providing this cell death, that is the toxic substance must be removed. And next one is the apoptosis in the autophagy. Apoptosis should be it is the automatically happening in the body. So for that, the removing the scavenger component is the applied as the autophagy and the apoptosis. Many more component, many more principle, the free radical, NADPH, production of the ammonia and the reduced by the liver, all these could be appropriately done by this Rasayana therapy. And the next one, the effect of the regenerative therapy, what will be the happen? The every person are going to be the maintaining the body by the Vata, Pitta and the Kapha. They are the three major component regulating the body, and by this Vata, Pitta and the Kapha, person are residing and the maintaining and the protecting their body. And this regenerating process providing the life longevity, the many studies have the proof that the use of the appropriate rasana provides the life longevity. This enhances the memory and enhances the intellect component. The mental component are going to be the enhances by using the appropriate rasana therapy. The healthy life, the free from disease, it is very important and the very useful of the rasana provide the free from disease component and enhances the youthness. A person are going to be the 40 years still looking the 20 years, it means this providing this regenerative therapy, the youthness among the people. And the excellence of the luster, complexion and the voice, it also enhances the speaking capacity, word complexion capacity and the signing of a person of the what type of the taking the rasana is that, and the excellent potentiality of the body and the sense organ, and the good quality and the respect and the brilliance. It is a person having this calm in nature, having must have yes intellectual and the intelligence person. This is the prediction and this is the perception of this theory. And the Rasana's description in the many different component like the Charak Samhita, Susu Samhita, as the earlier opening remarks, the Ashtanga Hridaya mentioned that is the Rasana as the major component. So many Bhasaja Ratnavali, Rasa Samuchaya, so many books are there available, lexicon available where the different Rasana component are the mentioned. The type of regenerative therapy will be the kuti pravesic, can be managed in the inside, and the vatathic can be managed in the external environment. A person are good and the healthy with the wealthy people should be at the kuti pravesic according to the seriousness of illness, and the vatathic may be the mild or the moderate level of this body physics may be put at the outdoor management. There are three levels of this kuti pravesic. One is the entry part, and this second and the third. The person is revived and reside inside for a particular time until unless he did not be completed is the rasana therapy. And the rasana, it might be the two part. One is the non-pharmacological, one is the pharmacological part. The non-pharmacological should be ritucharya, seasonal behavior, and the dincharya as the daily routine work, ratricharya, how much time should have taken the sleep and how much not. When we take a sleep, when we not. And the sadbrit, this is the personal code of conduct along with the social behavior. And the achar rasayan, personal impact of this behavior, like satyavadana makrodam, means person should not be taken a lie, and making this code of conduct in the society has made that created the large number of beneficial effect among the person. And the pharmacological, it may be the ahar, the dietary regimen, and the ausadi, kama rasayan, naimatik rasayan, and the ajasic rasayan. These are the described very largely as the kama rasayan, especially for the mental and the body physics nature. This taking the rasayan for that purpose, and the naimatik rasayan is the specified for the disease oriented, and the ajasic rasayan, what we are taking daily, we are surviving and protecting our body from the external and the internal toxin substance. These all are the mentioned as the dincharya, ratricharya, sadgrit rasayan, ritucharya. This dincharya daily routine, what we are taking as the mentioned, and the ratricharya, sadgrit. This help us to make a rasayan impact over body. These are the hierarchy of the rasayana impact on the body. The use of rasayana, that is the ashwagandha, bruchi, manjistha, this Chyawanprash, as the earlier speaker, this Amrit Kalas, 4, 5, so many different rasayana are I have mentioned. Kam rasayan, strength, intellect, and the achar rasayana, social behavior component are providing this achar rasayana, And the Metta Rasayana, no dropping the regenerative therapy like the Gudchi, Sankpuspi, and Madhu ST are the mentioned as the Metta Rasayana, which are properly regularly people are taking and benefited. This Namatic Rasayana treat the disease accordingly. And the Ajastrik Rasayana, the milk, ghee, water, what we are taking, the dietary component, we are considered the Rasayana therapy. The different work has done this Rasayana effect of Gudchi Chud on the lifespan of the Drosophila melanum gester. The what they have provided, the impact is that it has the neuroprotective in nature. The high concentration of Gudchi declines the survival rate and the low dose enhances the survival rate. Means they have declined the liver activity with high concentration of Gudchi. It means Rasayana is slow growing process and the optimum level is the very low level. That this study shows if you provide the more than 0.25 gram per 100 ml food, it will not going to be the effective as much. It means in rat there is the optimum dose is 0.25 gram per 100 ml of the food. It is the beneficial effect of the immune system modulation and is the high exhibit the stress on the cell. Means we are taking the diet, stress in the mental status, it exhibit stress on the cell to decline it. And the effect of Rasayana in the herbal drug preparation on the immune response and the significance in the cancer treatment. This is the very impact journal, Indian Journal of Explanatory Biology. This what they provide as the impact is depth inside the Sugandha increases the GM CFU colony forming unit and the GM colony stimulating factor in the plasma. It means it enhances the this amyloid series of the cell. And the beta cell enhances the plaque formation cell of spleen and antibody in the circulation. This beta cell are going to be the increase and this has the impact on the spleen. The study has shown the spleen, but it also act on the liver and the skin and the glial cell. This Brahma Rasayana inhibit DMBA induced sarcoma, dimethyl benzene anthracene induced sarcoma or Brahma Rasayana are going to be the inhibited. Is the augmented the cell mediated immune mediator are such as the natural killer cell and the macrophages. This means the what our ancestor had the mentioned over there are going to be the beneficial in the modern objective parameter. The next study is that in my city there is the long life and the Amalki Rasayana and the Amalki Rasayana and the genetic integrity in the rat. It have the also increases the thermo tolerance and affected by complex quantitative the loci TQL link gene. There are the nuclear level of the 3 examined member of the HNRP, RMP, AB family, which was significantly enhanced the Amalki Rasayana in the residue in the this Drosophila larva. And the expression or overexpression or the underexpression of HNRNP affect the adversely cellular activity. But AR in the RS enhances activity of the this cell. The possible plan of the study is the genetic physiology, antioxidant, the DNA repair status, and the stress tolerance, protein quality control, and the immune response. The developmental plasticity also is going to be the effectiveness. And this efficacy of the Rasayana agent, the radiotherapy and the chemotherapy. Basically, these are the based on our principle, like the good Siddhant, this Chyavanpras have the Snigdha, Madhur, and this have the providing the opposite effect of the chemotherapy, like the Ruksh, Ushna and Tiksha nature. This enhances this lifespan of the particular cancer patient. This depth inside is the anti-ulcer activity and they stimulate the regeneration of the skin. And the carbamazepine, this is the estimated product, is effective in the anti-emetic action. The hydroalcoholic extract of the osmum sanctum, this provides the radioprotective effect. These are the study. This is the preliminary work which has the mention that the heat can be viewed as the different large scale of the body system, that is cardiovascular system, excretory system, integumentary system, immunology system, neotropic system. All this can be provided. This is the hope of race. The Ayurveda provide is the this human society as the better way. This proved action of the Rasayana is the nourishment, maintain the cell life, and encourage the growth of the new cell. And this prevent recurrent infection, expelling the damaged cell, immunomodulatory action, increase the action of natural killer cell in the macrophages. This eliminate the toxic metabolism in the pollutant, maintain the balance between the mind and body. This Rasayana drugs act at the subcellular level and the genetic level. This also really property of the Ashtimadu as indicated in this study proved that. Thank you to government of Japan and the embassy of India, Japan, and thank you providing my view to you people. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, sir, for your presentation. With this, we will now conclude today's event on Rejuvenate Naturally, Rasayana and Ayurveda. We would like to thank all the speakers and participants for their valuable time. Now, we invite everyone to join us for a networking reception with light refreshments just outside of the auditorium. Thank you very much. 本日のアユベダレシアのイベントはこれにて終了とさせていただきます。ご登壇者ご参加者の皆様に心より感謝申し上げます。この後、ホールの外にて軽食付きのネットワーキングレセプションを開催いたします。皆様はぜひご参加ください。ありがとうございます。